boys and girls. I'm bringing a Bible lesson today, and it's about the book, The Three Questions. Interestingly enough, Mrs. Allen gave me this book, and she gave it to me because we were studying the letter Q. But little did she know how important the lesson in this book was to me and how reassuring I felt that it would be if I shared it. So if your mom and dad are around, I really think that this story will be good for them to hear too. Now, the story is based on a very famous Russian author, Leo Tolstoy's story, and it was adapted and redone, and it has a message that is timeless. So I hope you really like it. The Three Questions. There once was a boy named Nikolai who sometimes felt uncertain about the right way to act. I want to be a good person, he told his friends, but I don't always know the best way to do that. Nikolai's friends understood and they wanted to help him. If only I could find the answers to my three questions, Nikolai continued, then I would always know what to do. When is the best time to do things? Who is the most important one? And what is the right thing to do? Now, the first question, when is the best time to do things, Nikolai's friends considered. Then Sonia, the heron, spoke to him. To know the best time to do things, one must plan in advance, she said. Gogol, the monkey, who had been rooting through some leaves to find something good to eat, said, you will know when to do things if you watch and pay close attention. Then Pushkin, the dog, who was just dozing off, rolled over and said, you can't pay attention to everything yourself. You need a pack to keep watch and help you decide when to do things. For example, Gogol, a coconut is about to fall on your head. Nikolai thought for a moment. Then he asked his second question. Who is the most important one? Those who are closest to heaven, said Sonia, circling up to the sky. Those who know how to heal the sick, said Gogol, stroking his bruised noggin. Those who make the rules, growled Pushkin. Nikolai thought some more. Then he asked the third question. What is the right thing to do? Flying, said Sonia. Having fun all the time, laughed Gogol. Fighting, barked Pushkin. Then the boy thought for a long while. He loved his friends, and he knew they were all trying to do his best to help him answer his questions. But their answers didn't seem right. Then an idea came to him. I know, he thought. I will ask Leo the turtle. He has lived a very long time. Surely he will know the answers I am looking for. Nikolai hiked up into the mountains where the old turtle lived alone. When Nikolai arrived, he found Leo digging a garden. The turtle was old and digging was hard for him. I have three questions and I came to ask for your help, Nikolai said. When is the best time to do things? Who is the most important one? And what is the right thing to do? Leo listened carefully, but he only smiled. Then he went on with his digging. You must be tired, Nikolai said at last. Let me help you. The turtle gave him his shovel and thanked him. And because it was easier for a young boy to dig than it was an old turtle, Nikolai kept on digging until the rows were finished. But just as he finished, the wind blew wildly and the rain burst from the darkened clouds. As they moved towards the cottage for shelter, Nikolai suddenly heard a cry for help. Running down the path, he found a panda whose leg had been injured by a fallen tree. Carefully, Nikolai carried her into Leo's house and made a splint for her leg with a stick of bamboo. The storm raged on, and banging at the doors and windows, the panda woke up. Where am I, she said, and where is my child? The boy ran out of the cottage and down the path. The roar of the storm was deafening, pushing against the howling wind and drenching rain. He ran farther into the forest where he found the panda's child cold and shivering on the ground. The little panda was wet and scared but alive. Nikolai carried her inside and made her warm and dry. Then he laid her in her mother's arms. Leo smiled when he saw what the boy had done. The next morning, the sun was warm, the birds sang, and all was well with the world. The panda's leg was healing nicely, and she thanked Nikolai for saving her and her baby with the storm. At that moment, Sonia, Gogol, and Pushkin arrived to make sure everyone was all right. Nikolai felt great peace within himself. He had wonderful friends, and he had saved the panda and her child, but he also felt disappointed. He still had not found the answers to his 3 questions. So he asked Leo one more time. The old turtle looked at the boy. "But your questions have been answered," he said. "They have?" asked the boy. "Yesterday, if you had not stayed to help me dig my garden, you wouldn't have heard the panda's cries for help in the storm. Therefore, the most important time was the time you spent digging the garden. The most important one at that moment was me, and the most important thing to do was help me with my garden. Later, when you found the injured panda, the most important time was the time you spent mending her leg and saving her child. The most important ones were the panda and her baby. The most important thing was to take care of them and to make them safe." Remember, then there is only one important time, and that time is now. The most important one is always the one you are with, and the most important thing to do is for the one who is standing at your side. For these, my dear boy, are the answers to what is most important in the world. This is why we are here. So, this book brought a lot of peace to my heart because I think it answers a lot of questions that people are asking right now. Let's look at the boy's questions. Remember, he asked, "When is the best time to do things?" And the turtle told him, and he could see from his lesson, that the most important time is now, right now, in this very day, to live in the present and to be present in the moment. The next question was, who is the most important one? Well, the turtle said very clearly, and Jesus teaches us, we should love one another, and love is traveling right now through your families, the ones who you're spending time with. So you should treasure them and love them, and it's that simple. Finally, it says, what is the right thing to do? And the most important thing to do, remember the turtle said, is good for the one who's standing right with you. Well, right now, we're all standing in our place in our families, and we know that if we respond in our family setting with love, then we're doing all the right things. For those that are waking up in the morning and their schedule is mixed up and things are a little different, if we just keep focused on those 3 questions, to be present and live and every day and treasure it, to love as Jesus taught us to love, and to stand in the space that we're in and do good things for those we are with every day, then we are following what God has asked it to do. So I'm going to sing you a little song before we leave. And because this book made me feel so reassured, I'm going to sing you It Is Well With My Soul. So I hope you like it. When peace like a river attendeth my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul, it is well with my soul, it is well with my soul. So I hope this story finds you in a good place today. And I hope after you listen, maybe you can bring the story to your mom and dad too, because they might be searching for the answers to these questions. I hope that it is well with your soul too. Thinking of you. Miss you. Bye.